Welcome to the Nylendo podcast, where we discuss issues surrounding various endangered species in our state of Michigan. Today we will be discussing the Canadian lynx. The Canadian lynx prefers dense, mature stands of boreal forest or conifer mixed forests. And this is generally found in our state of Michigan, mostly the Upper Peninsula. They will inhabit second growth forests and even tolerate small clear cuts as long as adjacent blocks of mature conifer trees and forests are left. Lynxes utilize hollow logs, stumps, and brushes for their den sites, where they have a lifespan of 15 years and weigh 14 to 31 pounds. Canadian lynxes are generally independent animals. They hunt and travel alone. They are slightly more active at night than by day and hunt by walking, flushing, chasing, and by using resting or hunting beds to wait for prey to come close so that they can close in and hunt. Generally, lynxes locate their kittens under an existing feature, such as a log where they inhabit, root systems, or ground depression surrounded by dense vegetation. They have 1 to 5 kittens and stay with their mother for the first year while they learn to hunt, making them K-selected species. Yearling females may give birth during periods when hares are abundant during March and April. Recently, though, sightings have diminished. In Keweenaw, there was 1 sighting in 1979. There were 2 sightings in Mackinac in 2003. And last year in 2022, there was 1 sighting in Marquette. The conclusion can be made that this Canadian lynx species is endangered, and it is. The state has labeled the Canadian lynx as endangered, and it is legally protected. This species is threatened by a multitude of things, one of which is illegal poaching or trapping. The natural population lows of this species, combined with human-induced mortality from poaching, hunting, and trapping, significantly have decreased the population number, as well as other human factors of urbanization, the mismanagement of mature coniferous forests, and intrusions like roads, trails, campsites, etc., have been employed in the lynx's natural habitat in Michigan. They must be stopped in order for breeding to occur, which can keep the population going. Any management that retains large blocks of this forest will likely benefit the species because the Canadian lynx is shy of humans and likes to remain secluded in its forest habitat. This forest habitat is also being threatened, which is threatening the species. The shifting of biomes caused by climate change has significantly shifted the species numbers. As their habitat shifts upward in elevation, current Canadian lynx populations will likely become more isolated. Thus, protecting habitats at higher elevations, as well as corridors linking those areas, is just as critical to the long-term survival of this species. Climate change prevention efforts will need to be employed not just for this Michigan endangered species, but for many in the country of Canada, including but not limited to the reduction of greenhouse gases and moving to an environmentally conscious fuel economy. Okay.
Wow, Elena, great job on the specificity. The only thing I'm really left wondering is what happens if there is a lack of Canadian lynx in the environment.
I'm glad you asked. Well, the natural prey of the Canadian lynx is the snowshoe hare, which is a rabbit, and without the predator of the Canadian lynx, the prey will be left unhunted and their population will skyrocket, causing a die-off, most likely.
Well, Elena, I found it very interesting how climate change negatively affected a species so much, such as the Canadian lynx, for them to go extinct almost. That's honestly so crazy.
Absolutely. Thank you both for your input, and thank you for listening.